Leisurely bicycle outings are not Danny MacAskill's thing. The Scottish trials biker tracks down unusual shortcuts.
For me, my favourite thing about trials biking is the freedom to do whatever you want. When I go out riding in a city, I'm always looking at the walls, the rails, you know, curbs, everything as a giant place to sort of ride my bike.
Even the most rugged terrain is no obstacle for him. In his most recent video, called The Ridge, he surmounted a 1,000-meter peak on the Scottish island of Skye. Danny MacAskill's at home here, on the Inner Hebrides.
The most challenging things I did in the Ridge film was probably trying to gap between two boulders. I mean, it wasn't a particularly big gap or a particularly big drop, but it was onto an upslope, and I was finding it very difficult to land the trick and ride out of shot.
Making the film fulfilled MacAskill's dream of scaling a local peak on a bike.
We were very lucky with it, you know, and I'll never forget being on top of that, you know, the pinnacle.
It all started with this amateur video that displays MacAskill's bicycling art. His roommate David Sowerby shot and edited it and posted the clip on the internet in April 2009. Within 40 hours, the post had been seen 350,000 times. Since then, the short clip has been viewed 36 million times. Even professional cyclist Lance Armstrong was fascinated, and he encouraged people to watch the video. Danny MacAskill has lived in Glasgow for 2 years now. His videos have made him a star, and not just on the internet. Nowadays, people recognize him on the street. They want to take photographs of him.
I watch all his films, all his awesome, really good inspiration for the kids. And he's made the revolutionised bike in world higher than it's ever been because he's bringing new tricks and new ways to it.
MacAskill's still surprised at his popularity.
When I was younger, I never had a goal to be a professional rider, you know, and I really find my situation now very surreal. You know, I kind of made this first main video just for fun with my friend, and I never really quite realised what impact it would have.
Trials biking has been around since the 1970s. MacAskill has been practicing since he was 4 years old, and he works on some tricks for years before he perfects them. Spills and injuries are part of the job.
Definitely had a number of broken bones over the years. I mean, countless ones really. But I mean, I don't even look at it as a setback at all. It's just a case of healing up and then getting back onto the bike.
After the great success of his first video, companies like Red Bull signed him to a contract. Now he can devote himself entirely to his sport. In Edinburgh and other parts of Scotland, he shot the clip called Way Back Home. It's now been viewed 34 million times. While shooting this video, Danny injured himself so seriously that he was in the hospital for months. But afterward, he finished the film. The minutely planned films always tell little stories. One called Imaginate is about a young boy's dreams.
I think it's very important that you have like some kind of theme. I mean, often it's like a story or a sort of journey. You know, you're often sort of traveling from A to B, and I think that makes a big difference.
MacAskill usually comes up with the stories and scouts out the locations himself. He gets his ideas from talking with friends. He also talks with them about his future.
Riding the trials bike is quite physically demanding, and I know I can't do it forever, you know, but I'll certainly try my best to be riding for the next few years.
And as long as he can ride, he'll keep making these creative clips. Like this one in a flood-ravaged town in Argentina. Danny MacAskill is thinking about putting together an entire bicycle show. Until then, fans can enjoy his cycling skill on the internet.